So our wild tying crew kicked off our 2021 whitetail season. We took a trip down to Kentucky. We hunted a lot down there. Came home empty-handed, but we still had a good time. Ohio's season kicked in back at home, and it was a real struggle for me. I was running cameras during the summer, had a couple decent bucks showing up, but once the summer ended and fall came in, they lost their velvet and they ended up going somewhere. I couldn't keep check on them. It's early October. We headed up to Michigan to hunt some property a friend of ours owns. We seen a lot of deer, seen a couple nice bucks, but it just didn't work out. Back home in Ohio, I've hunted farms that have been proven in the past. I set out one night on October 26th, and I ended up missing a really nice buck. It was pretty devastating, but I still hunted hard the rest of October, keeping my chin up high. Early November, we set out to head down to Joey's cabin in southern Ohio. We had high hopes down there because we'd put in a lot of work earlier this year. We've seen a couple nice bucks, just couldn't get it done. November 7th, I left Joey's cabin and headed down to my uncle's cabin, even farther south. I ended up seeing a lot of nice deer down there. Hunting down south today at my uncle's property. Kind of new to this spot. There's a lot of good deer. It's November 7th. They're cruising. I actually had a little 8-point walk in on me when I was setting my sticks up. But it feels good. We're in here at the right time. Should get some deer on their feet. We'll see what happens. Well, it's the afternoon of November 8th. It's 1:30 right now. Snuck back basically on the complete opposite side of where I was hunting earlier this morning. And it looks really good. There's a tram road running 10 yards away from me right here. There's scrapes all up and down it. And there's been some good bucks on this side of the property. The morning of November 9th, I woke up real early and hunted a set that I previously hung the evening before. Got up in my tree, got set up real early. There was one fallback. I forgot my GoPro, so that kind of sucked, but I was in deep into the woods and I wasn't going back out. So honestly, the morning was pretty slow until about 9 o'clock. I had bucks everywhere, like 6 or 7 different bucks, and I drew back on 2. Just couldn't get a shot off, didn't have good film. So action started slowing down and I was sitting there getting a little discouraged, but I knew that there had to have been a hot doe or something around me. Well, I grabbed my antlers off my hook and I hit them things together, and no sooner before I could put them back on my hook, I heard them coming. So as everyone knows, self-filming is a really difficult thing. I got back to the cabin. I didn't even want to see the film. I knew it was a mess, but my Uncle John pulled it up on his laptop. We watched it before we went looking for the deer. And as you can tell, I did not have the full body of the deer in frame when I shot. And I also did not have my mic on. So I shoot this buck. He was probably 10 yards. And he went running down into the thick stuff. I heard him cough, and then he crashed. So, I mean, I was on cloud 9. I was freaking out. I picked up my phone. I called my uncle. And I told him I just shot one. And we just made up a plan. We're like, all right, I'm going to back out and go up to the cabin, just hang out for a little bit. We gave the deer about 2 hours, and then came back in, looked for it, and as I expected, the deer ran 50 yards and piled up.
It's a nice box.